All right, welcome everybody to this video. My name is Ali. Today we're going to do a recap of all the stuff that happened within the market and what we can expect in the upcoming month. Um, Not to mention, I have to show you guys something. It's going to be in the reminder, so I'm going to put it in the reminder. Okay, perfect. First of all, breaking news: Russian central bank agrees to legalize use of Bitcoin and crypto in international trade. So this is what we can see is with all the conflicts that is happening around the world and fiat losing its purchasing power, inflation is catching up in all the countries, people tend to move to assets that are scarce, they are limited and kept. So now we can see all the events leads to Bitcoin adoption and cryptocurrency in general. So let's see what the future holds. Then in the next news, current inflation rates in Europe, Turkey doing the Weimar speed run. If you look at the inflation rates spread in Europe, we can see that like almost every country is like suffering and losing its purchasing power. So this is one of the main reasons why I believe and why I keep telling people just saving your money in the bank is not a good idea. You will lose purchasing power. In this kind of situation, when there's a lot of fear in the market, the best thing to do with the money that you can lose is to invest it in assets that will provide solution for the future. This is, for example, crypto technology. We live more digital. Invest in companies that invest in AI, artificial intelligence, robotics, supply chain management, RFID chips, and so on. You just got to find these companies who have the knowledge and the people and the team to create something great. And then you put your money in it, and the money will work for you. It's that simple. That's the easy way to make money. It's just you got to do a lot of research. Okay, Germany, in order to fight inflation caused in part by printing money, Germany decided to print more money, 65 billion of it, because it's always worked in the past. So basically, what we can see is that the energy bills are increasing, skyrocketing in all the countries in Europe because Russia decided to not deliver us gas anymore and energy, whatever. And now everything is catching up. And now what the government is doing, they're printing more money to make sure that we're not going to suffer as much. But the reason why inflation is happening right now is not because of the war in Russia. It's because of the pandemic. The pandemic, the whole world was in a lockdown. We were not able to produce any goods and products and so on. And the government started to print like how many trillions? 5 to 7 trillion. And that eventually causes that there's too much dollar in the financial system. And that will lead into price increase of products in general. So this is also something that I want to point out is the Inflation Reduction Act. This has already been approved by Joe Biden. So they will print in total $737 billion. They will get another loan from the bank. And the only thing that they're doing is just delaying the problem instead of solving it. You cannot solve this. Imagine if you just giving the loans to all the companies and all the people and expecting them to make good returns in investment, and they fail to do so. Uh, you just make the problem even bigger. It's just not gonna it's not gonna solve it. But the one thing that's gonna happen is that the market will catch up. They will start to buy assets of companies and whatever. And this is a good time to buy a lot of crypto. And when the market is increasing in value, is the moment you start to take profits. So that's also the reason why the bull run of the past 2 years was so successful, because the government printed money like no other. And this is an image of what to visualize it, how much money they printed compared to all the great events that happened in the past. We have World War One, we have the Great Depression, we had the Second World War, and then we also have look what the Fed is doing. They're printing like money like crazy. So we got to realize that the pandemic is one of the biggest um problems that we faced in decades, in the past century. And just imagine like the whole world was in a lockdown. Nobody could go to work. All the big companies that didn't produce any products and so on. The fixed costs started to raise. People needed to get loans. It's insane. And to just to fight the whole problem, the government started to print more money, and this is the result. It's not even the final stage of it. It's just the beginning. It's going to be more catastrophic. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's going to be insane. All right. World biggest podcaster Joe Rogan. I got some Bitcoin, of course. Like all the big investors, all the big people, they own Bitcoin. They're not publicly announce it. It's because they will coordinately announce when they hold their asset and whatnot. Apple, for example, is already in crypto, 100%. Google as well, Samsung as well. All those big companies were already in crypto back in 2018 or something. But they're just not announcing it because of legal, because of the law. They need to make sure that everything is according to the law, and then they will be able to announce it publicly. But this is definitely the future crypto, 100%. All right, let's talk about some charts. This guy is telling bullish for Dogecoin. I don't know what he means, but whatever. If you look at Bitcoin, like from on the longer time frame, we can see that 2013 all the way 2023, this has been a respected support zone, and when the price is hovering around this support line, it's a good time for a relief rally. So when Bitcoin goes all the way back to 48K, something like that, we can expect another downwards movement. That's the black swan event, and I personally believe that that's going to happen before we have the real run up to the upside. Is going to be happening in 2024 after the next halving. So for now, when the market's catching all the way to 40K, don't be surprised. It's just another bear trap. That's what I believe. And the way I'm going to play this is just to take my profits. Most altcoins are going to pop up. They're going to go crazy. I'm going to take my profits. And when the real crash is coming, that's when I'm going to rebuy and reinvest. All right, Bitcoin is ready for a 3 years bull run market. After 1 year bear market, a 3 year bull market has always followed since the birth of Bitcoin. There are 3 months and 28 days left before the closing of this annual candle. So 3 years bull market, 1 year bear market, 3 years bull market, 1 year bear market. So we still have 1 year bear market to go. And September, I want to show you that right now. We go to MoneyChamp, is not the best return on investment. It's one of the most bearish months in the whole year. If you go to January, it's bullish. February, not so much. March is pretty bullish. April is really bullish. May is bullish. June is also bullish. It's positive. July is also positive. We've seen it in the past months. August is a little bit negative. And then September, we have the big crash. And then the last 3 months is going to be super bullish. This is what I keep telling people. Keep investing dollar cost average and only invest the money you're willing to lose. And be patient. All right, Bitcoin, double bottom pattern. When the money flow indicator is below 20. Adam and Eve 2019, Eve and Eve 2022. Not fully confirmed yet. So basically on these type of chart patterns that the price is forming with the money flow index, we can see that a reversal is taking place. So don't be too much afraid of what's happening. Historically, one of the bear markets in Bitcoin was completed by 2 big bear flags. The current chart pattern is very similar. Breakdown of the second bear flag was the last step just before a massive bull run in 2015. What if? So we have 2022, we have 2015. So we still have another bear flag. A bear flag, symmetrical triangle, another bear flag, a bear flag, symmetrical triangle, another bear flag. Then we have another leg down, probably to 18 to 17K. And then we're going to go for a reversal. So keep that in mind. And the majority, if I'm not wrong, the majority are in a long position right now. If you look in GMX, it's a decentralized exchange, by the way, you can see that the majority is in a long position. So I also am in a long position because Bitcoin is trading around a good support zone. If you look over here on the daily time frame, all the way back to 2018, this was a good support zone. So I'm longing Bitcoin for a little bit, and then I'm going to short it because I still expect another big crash happening because the whales, they just want to liquidate all these positions. At the end, it's just a whale game. All right, let's continue. Bitcoin 2018, 2019 versus 2022. So we have low, higher low, low, and higher low. So we still expect some sideways movement before we catch up. And then we have, of course, the dollar. We look at the parabolic curve on the weekly time frame. We can see that the dollar is in a parabolic curve. And once it breaks this support line that has been forming since 2021, it's going to crash really hard, just like we have seen in Bitcoin. All right, just some reminders. September is going to be most bearish month of the year, so don't expect too much bullishness this month. Expect another crash is coming up, and then October, November, December is a good time to take a long position around in September with low leverage, and you'll make money. It's that easy. Who's in phase 3 with me? So basically, bull market, everybody's happy. Everybody sees the world very colorful. Everybody's happy because everybody's making money. They don't care. When the crash happened, they start to bully. They start to blame the founders of the project. They start to blame the market instead of themselves. And when the bear market happens, that's when great projects start to build and develop and be innovative. And when the next bull market arrives, that's when they come to fruition. So during the bear market, keep an eye on projects that keep building and keep delivering, because those projects are gonna skyrocket. Okay, I can see why XRP will be the standard in Europe. Okay, this is something I want to point out. Just real talk here. If you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is very nice. You know, you can send money from all around the world, but it's very slow and it cannot handle a lot of transactions per second. So it is not gonna be very good to implement Bitcoin as a normal financial payment system. Let's say, for example, if you want to pay a coffee at Starbucks or whatever in a supermarket, you have to wait like 5 to 10 minutes before the transaction gets approved. It's not very usable for citizens and normal people like us. But for big institutional investors, they have trillions and trillions amount of money. It's very good. Ethereum is the same thing. It's the second generation crypto. We have seen in the NFT space that Ethereum was overloaded. The gas fee was like $400 per transaction. Imagine if you build a game on the Ethereum network, and for every move you have to pay gas fee. You have to pay $400 just for a attack move. And the new merge is coming up in around 15 September or 16 September. It's not gonna reduce the gas fee. It's just gonna make sure that Ethereum is gonna from proof of work to proof of stake. But it's not gonna find a solution regarding the scaling problems that it has right now. Visa is very efficient compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, but Ripple is most efficient so far. That's why I can see that Ripple will be mass adopted around the globe, that everybody's going to use it. Also, another coin that I want to point out is HBAR, of course. Why? I'll just show you their website and you'll see why. I highly recommend this coin to keep dollar cost averaging no matter what happens. Because, first of all, HBAR, look at the partners that they have. They have Google on board. They have the banks on board. They have LG. They have Deutsche Telekom. They have Chainlinks. They have Boeing on board. All these big companies are already partnered with this project and they have a patent on their product. And if you look at what the difference is between HBAR, Hedera, and Bitcoin and Ethereum, you can see the transaction per second of Bitcoin is just 3. It can handle only 3 transactions per second. The average fee is $22. Transaction confirmations up to 10 to 60 minutes. Energy usage per transaction is very high compared to all the other ones. And now with all the climate changes happening, what the government's telling us to believe, we can see that Bitcoin is not very environmental friendly. Second generation, Ethereum is better than Bitcoin. Of course, it can handle 12 transactions per second. Average fee, it's $20. Transaction confirmation, 10 to 20 seconds. Okay, that's good. Energy usage, okay, but it's not very usable if the whole world is going to use this network. Ethereum cannot handle that all the amount of transaction, because if you look at the past bull market in the NFT world, we saw that we had to pay like $400 to $600 just a gas fee, transaction fee, just to get our transaction out of there. Imagine if you have to pay like if you buy a banana in a supermarket and you have to use Ethereum. It's not going to be very environmental friendly. It's not going to be very efficient as well. So it's just, these two networks are made for the rich. That's what I believe in, or early adopters. All the other ones, don't buy this. If as an investor, if you want to make high return on investment, invest in projects that provide solution for the blockchain space and the future of the world that we're living in the digital world. And I'm gonna make another video about it, what coin to buy, what I personally love to buy. It's gonna be my own opinion, of course, but I do my fundamental research really well. So I'm gonna give you a brief summary of what coin I'm dollar cost averaging during this bear market, and then you can just copy it, whatever you want to do. I've been very successful the past 2 years, so I'm super happy with that. The third generation, Hedera, it can handle 10,000 transactions per second. The average fee is not even close to 1 cent. Transaction confirmation, 3 to 5 seconds. with finality, and the energy usage per transaction is very low. So this is one of the reasons why I keep buying H bar, and it's now traded for 6 cents. Just look at the all-time high. The all-time high was 50 cents. Now we're trading around 6 cents. It's a good time to buy. The fundamentals are strong. They can be used in real world scenario on a global level, and it has great partners on board. This is what I'll tell you guys. All right, I think that's about it for this video. Not too much, not too long. I'm gonna make another video of my portfolio that I have and the coins that I'm currently buying with a lot of with I have no doubt about it that these coins that I'm gonna provide to you guys, it's gonna fill. So it's gonna be like Chainlink, it's gonna be Hedera, it's gonna be Ripple, it's gonna be Cardano, it's gonna be Energy Web Token, and I will tell you why, from a fundamental perspective, why it is a good idea to buy these coins. It's gonna be my opinion, of course, but this is what I do when I do my research. I'm a nerd. I love to read white papers. I love to get knowledge about cryptocurrency. I love to study by myself. I don't believe people. I believe data, because people lie in data. That doesn't lie. And this is basically the way I invest my money. And I've been very successful the past few years. And I just want to share my success. All right. That's about it. I'm gonna wrap up this video over here. Thank you so much for watching this video, and hope to see you guys in the next video. And as always, happy learning. Thank you so much.